What's going on, guys? Dustin here with Custom Offsets. I'm here with Banker today. I won't call you by your first name, so you don't get weirded out. We're back with another episode of This or That. So Keaton's behind the camera. He's gonna ask us some questions. Banker and I are gonna ask him, or answer him. Ask him, answer him. It's been a long day, don't judge me.
Expensive wheels or expensive lift?
All right, so I'm gonna go expensive lift. And I'm probably, I feel like you could get some hate on this question either way, right? But for me, I do a ton of driving. I think an expensive lift could get you a decent ride quality, right? In comparison, wheels are wheels, and they're gonna ride roughly the same as long as the tire size is the same and everything else, you know.
Wheels are round.
Right, exactly. So I'm gonna go expensive lift just for that daily drivability comfort factor. That's not to say that some of the more budget-minded lifts are bad and that, you know, they won't ride decent, but I feel like suspension is one of those you get what you pay for.
Absolutely.
You know?
100% suspension.
Long bed or short bed?
Short bed.
Short bed.
I've never owned a long bed truck. Long beds are cool because you can fit a bunch of stuff in them, or like, if you like diamond plate toolboxes, you can put a toolbox in there, but you can still, you have 6 feet of bed behind it. However, I've always thought they look a little bit goofy with that long bed hanging way out the back.
Yeah, usually you can get away with it if it's like an extended cab long bed. It's a little bit less goofy. I've always had long bed work trucks.
Sure.
So like you automatically go to work truck, but
right, those are usually regular cab long bed, and that works because the truck isn't 40 miles long.
Exactly. You get a crew cab long bed.
I just picture like
Rainy with his school bus.
Correct. It takes, and then you lift it in big wheels. It takes literally a country acre to turn around.
Exactly.
It's wild. So, yeah, I would go short bed for all of those reasons.
Yeah, stylized. It's stylized.
Correct.
Look at how proportional that truck is. The bed's about as big as the hood, and then the cab's in the middle.
As long as we're talking 6 foot to 6'6" short bed, right? Because they're like the Rangers have like a 4 foot short bed, or the Raptor has a tiny little short bed. Correct.
6,
yeah. My Power Stroke had a 6 foot 6 inch bed, and I bought my brand new couch, and I wasn't sure I was gonna get it home. I picked it up, I threw it in there, and it closed right tight to the tailgate. This is perfect. This is all I'll ever need in life.
Yeah.
Two-tone or single color?
Ooh.
So there's a few ways you can take that.
Right.
So he says two-tone. I immediately go to OBS Chevys.
With the rocker,
The rocker, and then on top, and I'm like, ooh, all one color looks way better.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go back to square bodies with the panel paint job, mint.
I also think like some of the 6-liter Power Strokes came with that two-tone, and even the 6.7s came with that on the bottom, you know, the rocker panel, and then up over it. And they looked really good.
Yep.
I'm not usually a two-tone guy, but that always looked good, especially in like the cream and the tan, or the cream and that kind of gold color.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I had to pick one though, I think I would go single color.
I would too, only because when you're building, it's nice to have the body one color and then the suspension, you know, your accent.
We're looking over to our right because the K350 is right here by the way.
Yeah.
You guys can't see any of that.
True story. I mean, we could turn around
and look at
this
one right here.
But I feel like that belt line always it separates. And if you use your suspension as the same color as your accent color, then it's like
kind of blends.
It blends it in, and Or if you split it, now it looks like a stripe down the side. It's just
correct. Agreed.
All one colors. Better in my opinion.
Raptor or 250 Tremor?
Oh, why you gotta hit me in the feels like this? This is like...
We're polar opposites of this conversation. Dustin would like both of them.
And you would take neither of them.
Neither of them.
I don't know how to answer this because for a long time I wanted a Raptor, and I was hell-bent on getting a Raptor, especially the Gen 2, because they look really good, and I'm a big fan of EcoBoost technology and the twin turbo V6 and all that stuff.
Sorry, don't mind.
And then I found out what the Tremor was, and now I'm conflicted because the Tremor's super cool. You can get it with the big old gas engine, the pushrod gas engine, or you can get it with the Power Stroke. It's a 3/4 ton versus a 1/2 ton. I think you can cross like 32 or 36 inches of water. It's massive, you know, on a factory production truck. So, plus the blue that they paint those Tremors in is, of course, the blue that they paint the Raptors in is really good too.
That's Ford blue.
But if I had, no, it's two different shades of blue. It's a dark blue and a light blue. Or a dark blue and a medium blue. Either way, if I had to pick one though, I think I would buy a Tremor. And I've been back and forth on this for a long time, but I would rather have a 3/4 ton truck that I know can pull everything that I want to pull than a 1/2 ton truck that I know that would struggle with some of the stuff that I hook up to.
We made it this far in the video, and if you haven't figured out, Dustin and I are the exact same person. Yeah, I would choose the Super Duty also. The Raptor it's a fun truck in the fact of a sports car is a very fun vehicle to drive.
Correct.
You can't do a damn thing with it.
Correct.
Hook a trailer to a Raptor once, you're gonna be dragging the bumper across the parking lot.
And that's exactly why I couldn't buy one, as much as my heart wants one. Yeah. For daily though, sign me up.
Yeah.
Custom grill or custom bumper?
Does it specify front or rear bumper?
Doesn't say.
I'm gonna assume front bumper. I don't know how to answer that. Because I think both have their place, but both can also look really bad
By themselves.
by themselves or out of place, right? If you overdo one or the other, it's really easy. You know, if you get a really big, gaudy front grille, no matter what you have for a front bumper, the front end of the truck is going to look bad.
The grill is going to take over.
Correct.
I've seen it done really well both ways.
Yep.
I've seen it done really bad both ways. I guess personally, I mean, look at my build. I would pick front bumper over grill.
Yeah, and I think that's the direction that I would go, simply because you can do a lot with a factory front grille, even if it's just paint to match or pulling the emblems off or something to really clean that front end up.
Absolutely.
But a nice clean front bumper not only looks really good, but also gives you extra clearance for wheels and tires, you know.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So, yeah, for that reason, I think that's the direction I would go.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna be a boring episode. We just pick the same things.
Bonus question. Coke or Pepsi?
I am interested to hear how you answer this.
We have never had this discussion before.
We have not. This will be great.
I am 100% Coca-Cola. Here's why. And Taylor can attest to this because it drives her insane.
Yep.
I do not put my soda in a refrigerator.
Interesting.
Coke at like cool room temperature, yes.
Wow.
Pepsi just tastes weird to me, I don't know.
So I grew up in a Pepsi household. My dad drank lots of Pepsi. So like I grew up on Pepsi. I like both. I don't really think you can go wrong either way. However, I did my 4th grade school project on the invention of Pepsi Cola.
Oh, no kidding.
And did all of the research that went along with it. And it's actually a pretty cool story, but that's a story for another time. I would go Pepsi. I like Pepsi. Honestly, I don't think you can go wrong either way. I drink them both. I'll drink them both warm or cold. It doesn't really make a difference.
I will go out of, so if a restaurant has Coke, right? Coke products, sure, I'll take a Coke, I'll take a Mellow Yellow, whatever. If they have Pepsi, I have to get Mountain Dew.
I was gonna say, you drink copious amounts of Mountain Dew.
Yeah. It's parent companies.
Here we go.
I would drive a Super Duty, but everything else I own is gonna be a Chevy.
That's fair. I can't say that I wouldn't drive either of them. Fair enough. That's another episode of This or That. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Also, comment down below if you have any this or that questions for next time. And with that,
see you later.